Hi everyone, welcome back to Virtual Programming with Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley. My name is Miss Chelsea and I work at the Downtown Club here in Appleton. For today's project, I am going to be showing you how to turn this styrofoam egg carton into a really beautiful printmaking art piece. So, if you stick around and watch the video, I'll show you how to make that beautiful piece of artwork using only some household supplies. For today's project, you will need a piece of styrofoam. So I have an old egg container that I cut apart. You could also use a styrofoam plate, or even if you have some foam pieces at home, that would work too. You're going to want a square that's probably about 3 by 3 inches or around that size. We will also need a pencil, a piece of blank paper, and then some markers. So today we do specifically need markers for this project. The last thing you will need for today's project is a sponge or a washcloth, something that you feel comfortable getting wet. So now that we have those materials gathered, I'll show you how to make that amazing transformation from an old piece of egg carton into a beautiful print-made picture. Let's get started. As you can see, I've gone ahead and cut my piece of styrofoam into a small square. Our first step of this project is to figure out what type of design you would like to draw on your styrofoam. As you can see right here, I've created a little bit of a sunburst pattern that when put together will make a full circle. So once you have sketched out your design, you can go ahead and grab your pencil and you are going to start etching it into the styrofoam. If your pencil is too sharp and is pushing too far down into the styrofoam, you can go ahead and grab a pen or another blunt item to make those lines. The goal is to make a clear indentation into your styrofoam. So as I said, we're not punching through all the way to the other side, but simply making a little bit of a crevice in our styrofoam. So let's go ahead and do that next step. Once you have made your etchings on your styrofoam piece, you are going to want to grab your damp washcloth and your markers to have on hand. You will also want to have a white piece of paper ready to go. What we're going to do is color in our styrofoam piece using our markers. So you can color on top of it just like you would on regular paper. It might be a little difficult to see if you're using colored styrofoam like I am, but that's okay, just do your best. For this step of the project, you do not have to color in those etched lines that you made. So as you can see, I'm coloring on the flat spaces between those lines. I'm not going anywhere into the etching I made. So go ahead and color in your whole square using your markers and staying away from the etched lines. Now that you have your styrofoam colored in, you're going to take your damp washcloth, and what you're going to do is gently wipe the paper with the wet washcloth in the area where you're going to put your styrofoam. So as you can see, it's damp enough to start to curl, but not so wet that it's going to fall apart. Next, you're going to take your styrofoam piece, flip it over onto the paper, face down, and then rub it a little bit to transfer that marker. If you'd like, you can grab one of your markers and use that to rub your styrofoam and get a better area of coverage. Once you have rubbed your styrofoam, you can go ahead and pick it up, and there is your print. Pretty cool, huh? So you can go ahead and continue to color in your styrofoam piece, wet the paper, and flip it over until you've created a 4-section piece like the one I showed earlier. Why don't we go ahead and finish off our project? So how did your project turn out? This is what mine looks like. As you can see, I cut it out of the white paper and glued it onto a little bit of construction paper to give it a bit of a background. It almost looks like something you could hang up on your wall, doesn't it? I hope you enjoyed today's project. I really enjoyed teaching it to you. Printmaking is a pretty cool form of art and is actually pretty easy once you break it down into simple steps. It's pretty amazing how something as simple as an egg carton can create something as beautiful as our artwork that we've made, right? So if you followed along at home and made your own printmaking project, please share it or comment on the video. I would really love to see any artwork that any of you have done. As always, I'm really proud of everyone for continuing to learn and grow each and every day. I wish each and every one of you all the best, and I'll see you on the next video.